All right, in the last video we covered this Ajax function, but it is not finished until we actually get to see what the PHP function is doing. Just as a refresher, let's go track this guy down. This .ajax function, what this is up here, this guy right here. This is the function name, list flag Ajax. And we are loading it up using our functions file right here. Got this line right here. So the location is function self-list Ajax, right? Let's go track it down. Here's the functions folder, self-list Ajax. Let's open it up. And right here is our flag function. At the very beginning, I'm adding two actions. One is WP Ajax nopriv as a prefix. The other one is WP Ajax. That's it. The nopriv only means that this can be used by non-logged in users also. This one, if you just use this, WP Ajax, that means logged in, and this one means non-logged in. So since this is being used by visitors, I'm putting both of them here, and this is our function in question, which is right here. So what's happening here is that initially we're collecting the data, new list data. Let's go check where it's coming from. This is the new list data, and this is the actual object, right? So it's coming in here, and I'm collecting the title into this variable, the content, and also sanitizing the content. And that's all we're going to be using to insert into the custom post type, right? So we have the title here, we have the content here, and the post type is flag, and the status would be publish. Once we have the arguments set, then we simply use WP insert post and the argument to insert the data. Once the data is inserted, then we collect admin email using get blog info, admin email, and the lister email, which actually came from the data email, which is right here, the object from the new list data, and also the list ID that is also came from the Ajax function. Just to quickly show you again here, this is where all the data coming from, the title, the content, the email, the list ID. So now we have all our variables ready. So now we're going to be using the WP mail function, which takes 3 arguments, and this is where we're setting them up to the lister's email, because we're supposed to be sending it to two people. One is the WordPress admin, and other one is the owner of that list, right? So we're putting them here with a comma delimiter, and the subject, we're just creating one flagged list ID, and the message is the visitor reported and the content of the text area, which is whatever was inserted here, right? So now that all of our 3 arguments are set, we're putting them here and sending the email. And these were basically some debugging data I had outputted so that I know what's happening, but which I can disable right now because these are not essential for our feature to be successful. So now that you have seen what this function does, one last time I'm going to quickly show you what's happening in the backend, what the result is. Let's go check out the backend. So just a quick recap. Once this button is pushed right here, this drops down, put the message in, and data is validated using JS. Once you have right data, you can insert the data using Ajax. It comes back normally, everything is fine, but by now this button is also disabled, right? And what's happening in the backend is your WordPress admin gets an email, and the list owner also get an email with exact data we inserted in. And at the same time, where does the data go? Data goes to the WordPress backend, and the data gets inserted into a custom post type at the WordPress backend. And once we open it up, we find the same data we inserted in. And that concludes the whole series based on the flagging functionality, which is a real world project. Thanks for watching.